Hey planner friends, it's Nia from Life with Nia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a budget recap for the month of August. This is not going to be a very long video, at least I don't think so. I am going to summarize how August went, go through the cash envelopes and sinking funds. I'm going to touch on expenses but not go into too much detail. Touch on income, and then see if goals were met for the month. Not necessarily all in that order. So, as far as summarizing August was a dumpster fire. I am really going to work on a true no spend for September because while I may not have spent 15 days out of the 31 in August, and I'm not sure because I haven't added up my no spend days. The days that I did spend, I spent a lot, and I would say 95% of it was planner stuff. So we are not doing that in September. I have two things that I plan to purchase in September. One is the Budget Moms pre-sale for her 2021 workbook, and the other is, should I find one that I like, because I'm still looking, an agenda for my half letter. So other than that, I just don't. I need to use what I have. I don't need any more planner stuff right now. So I don't know what the dollar amount is for August, but I would venture to say that it's probably well over $1,000 of stuff that I bought, or very close to that. So that is summary. The bills were paid. I still don't know what my salary will be for September. I'll find out tomorrow, because my job is so awesome that we took a 10% pay cut and they messed it up. And so they're going to take even more next month. But we can't tell us exactly what that is. So every time I talk about it, I have I'm sure, a bit of annoyance in my voice, because it's annoying to me. Like, that it's okay to not tell people what they make, and you just don't know until your check comes. It's very difficult to plan, and it's annoying to me. So that is that situation. As far as goals for August, I had a goal to pay off $500 worth of debt. I did that, but then I added to it by buying planner stuff, so there's that. So I guess it kind of cancels it out. Had a goal to save $250. I saved $100. So I'm just gonna write in pencil. I saved $100. I had a goal to do $1,000 in sales on Etsy. I ended up with $612.80 on Etsy. I wanted to sell some items on Poshmark or Mercari. I got so far as taking pictures of the items. I never listed them. I wanted to have 15 no spend days. I need to go add them up. The last time I counted, I had 9, and that was like mid-month. And I got really busy this month, so I wasn't able to do a mid-month budget video. So yeah, that's that. So for the savings goals that I had, where I saved the 100 was to my car fund, vacation fund, and home fund. I did not put anything into my account that is for health and taxes, and I had an extra miscellaneous thing that I wanted to pay for a dresser, and I did not do that. So expenses for August there was nothing out of the usual. They were all in line with what I expected them to be. For income, I was expecting $4,200, and that was really my best guess of what the 10% would look like. I ended up with $4,301, and again, it was wrong, so I don't know what it's supposed to be. In addition to that, I got $165. We have a healthcare stipend for making health affordable. It's supposed to be $260, but then they taxed it at like 40%, which doesn't help make anything affordable. So that's another little annoyance for me there. So anyway, I really ended up having $44.67. I'm just going to write it really small here. And 63 cents. And then for everything else, I ended up with $896.36. So that was far below the $2,200 that I projected. And in part, that was because some things that I anticipated did not come in. So I'm hoping that they will come in September. Let's talk about sinking funds. Actually, we'll do sinking funds last. So we'll talk about cash envelopes. So I have my cash envelopes here. I can tell you butcher was a new category for me. I have still plenty of meat from my impromptu butcher trip that I took like a month or so ago. And so this is something I'm thinking of doing quarterly. So I put $40 in there this month. I haven't used any of it, so I still have $40. My fun account is also one where I have not used any of the money because we can't have fun because our little cousin Roro won't go away. So in my fun envelope, okay, it says 40, but I only have 30 in here, and I don't know why. Because I can't add. So, I put 10 in this month, and that would give me 30, not 40. Okay. Wait, 34. No, it should be 40. Okay, I don't know what happened. I gotta figure that out. I should have another $10 in there, but I don't. And I've not used any of it, so I'm not sure what I did. So let me fix this. Just put over here. Clothing, I had $60 and I bought a pair of pants and they were $56, and then with tax it was basically $60. So I have $0 left in my clothing. I used all of it. Every month I sort of like pause because I'm not sure that these category names work for me. I'm trying to figure out, how to put what's carried over and what I'm budgeting out of my budget for the month, and is that the actual, and then plus or minus, is this because I spent it all? So it just leaves me sort of, I don't know what to do with it. Anyway, for my pet category, I have $11 left, and that was after putting in 10 this month. I did not spend any of that, so I still have the 11. Beauty, I have a 30, and that was after putting in 10 this month, and I have not spent any of that. Okay, so then we get into the 4 that I use the most, which are gas, household, dining out, and groceries. So gas, I budgeted $100 this month, and I used all 100 of it. And I have, I think, about somewhere between a quarter and half a tank of gas. So I may put a little bit more in for next month, but 100 seems to be a good spot for me to be in with gas. So that is $0 left over for the month. Okay, for dining out, I have $60 that I budgeted, and I had $18 that was carried over for a total of $78. I have $10 left, and that is $5 bills, so I'm going to set those aside. And I'm going to just make myself a note that it's $5 bills so that when I'm reflecting, I know why it did not carry over. Right. Then for household, I had $50 this month for household. And I have here that I have $9 left, but I have a $10 bill. And that's more than likely because I sometimes will give exact change or give extra change to get back, to not get back change, I guess. So that's the 10 instead of the 9 is as a result of rounding. So $10 left over in my household budget. And for me, also, household does include toiletries. And then my grocery budget. So I had 150 budgeted this month, and I had 44 left over from last month. And we ended with, I think, $57. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. So we have 57 left over, but 40 of that is $5 bills. So I'm going to carry over 17. Okay, so we have a total of $50 in $5 bills that are going to go into our Christmas envelope for August. So that's pretty good. We'll put 50 here. So moving into sinking funds. And I feel like I'm not doing a really good job of closing this out, but I'm essentially carrying over, let's see, $17 in grocery, 10 in household, 11 in pet, 30 in beauty, 30 in fun, and 40 for the butcher. So $138 is going to be carried over to next month. Okay, so now I feel better about that. Sinking funds. I started with $1,005.20 in my emergency fund. Nothing's changed. I started with $308.37 in my car fund. I added $50 and I paid my registration this month. That was $288, and so now I have $70.37 there. I have to say that having this money not come out of my monthly budget, but out of a fund where I have been setting it aside a little bit at a time, was such a non-stressful event. Because $308 isn't, or $288 is not a huge sum of money, but $288 is more than my food budget. So when you think about, okay, what am I not going to pay so that I can pay this bill? That could be food, household, dining out, to have enough money to cover the car registration. So just like having it come from somewhere else is just like took the complete burden off of me for that. And so that's the beauty of sinking funds, is having the money set aside so that when the time comes to pay the thing, it's not hugely impactful to your monthly budget. So in my health and taxes envelope, I had $400.78. My goal was to deposit $150 this month. I did not do that. So I still have $400.78. The Christmas fund started with $45. I'm adding 50 from the $5 bills, so I'm ending with $95. And let me just count it to make sure that's actually what we have here. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. Okay, so we've got $95 in our Christmas fund, and I have shared in the past, for me, Christmas is not a major expense. I am looking at Christmas cards to mail out, a gift for my mom, maybe a gift exchange at work, and that is, and then like we do a really nice meal. So I'm looking at maybe $200 or $300. I don't need any Christmas decorations. I say that every year, and I want new ones, but I love the tree that I got last year. So I have 2 fake trees. Nobody really needs 2, but I have 2. So I need to go in my garage and pick one for this year. And I have tons of ornaments and different things. So I do not need to buy any Christmas decorations. Probably do like prime rib, and so, you know, I'm looking at the cost for groceries for Christmas and a few gifts, and that is pretty much it. So a couple $100 is more than sufficient, and when I reach my goal, which I probably will set aside like $300, then I will transition my $5 bills to savings for something else. For my vacation fund, I started with 25, I added 25, I ended with 50, and then I have what I'm calling a home fund. It's really to pay off or pay for the final piece of my bedroom set. So it's a dresser. So I started with, and I think this is wrong. I think I started with, well, I have $287, but I didn't count $25. So I started with $312, and I added, my goal was to add $25 to that. I did that. The other thing I did was I deposited change that I had, and so the change was $16.68. And so that brings me to $353.68, but I have $349.55. I don't know why, but whenever I add up this group of numbers, I end up with something screwy. I have roughly $350. It's between 3 accounts, which is probably why I'm staying confused. Anyway, so that is where we're at. I have a little miscellaneous category, and I've added nothing to it at all. That was where I was going to add the $331, because I'm trying to pay off another part of the bedroom set by the end of the year. So that is pretty much it for the month of August. I did not do the greatest job in writing things down. But I'm ready for September, and we shall see what it brings. So I've shared with you my summary of my August budget, my cash envelopes and sinking funds, my goals, and like I said, the expenses are pretty much what I have here. They don't typically change too much. They're usually spot on. So that's it for this month. We will see what September brings. Again, I'm looking to do no spend. Please pray for me, cheer me on, because no spend on planner stuff is rough. I love my stuff, but I definitely need to scale back. So I'm gonna get ready for September, and I should have a September budget with me coming in the next few days or so. Thank you so much for watching and for being a part of my community. I appreciate it. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.